Seems it felt like you had chances to win that in the second half before it slipped away pretty quickly.
Yeah, we did. We got ourselves obviously back 14-all with 20-something minutes to go. So we just missed that opportunity. I think back into the game we just killed ourselves with errors, or across the whole game we killed ourselves with errors. So we come up with 15 errors for the game. So there's plenty of fight, but we just we killed ourselves.
Do you feel like the game sort of summed up a bit hot and cold, and you can see that it was really good for that 20
Yeah,
minutes?
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, we were really good to start that second half. We turned over the footy down our end of the field, and they were good enough to capitalise a number of times. In the sets, I think there was a couple of tries from kicks, and we just put a lot of pressure on ourselves with field position. Obviously, they had a heap more possession. We just weren't good enough to get the job done tonight.
I know you had the win over Penrith a fortnight ago before the bye, but do you feel like your football now is... How do you feel that compares to where you were after the first 4 rounds of the competition?
It's different. It's different because that's the second time we've played the Sharks. Obviously we thought we'd learned quite a bit from the first time we played them, and we felt as though we could give ourselves a really good opportunity to play well. Where we are from the first month, we won 3 of our first 4. So obviously, I think we won one from our last 4 or something like that. So we need to be better. There's no doubt about it.
Can I ask you thoughts on the first half, Seib's report on the commentary was that told the guys just to flush it and forget it? I think we made 9 errors. So I actually thought coming in 14-0 after the amount of possession and field position we gave them, Dan, I thought we would take that. And we're really confident getting ourselves back in the game. Like we felt as though if we could, just build our sets a bit better. I felt as though our kick chase defence was pretty good, other than a little bit of discipline, mate. But we felt confident and we got ourselves back into the game. There's just a couple of errors towards the back end. We weren't good enough to defend. Jez, can I ask how it was feeling out there in attack, especially in the first half? Passes, like timing and passes just didn't seem to quite hit the mark.
Yeah, I mean that was obviously the story of the first half. Was our attack was a bit clunky and we had 9 errors, compounding it with ill discipline. So that's what it looks like when you put a lot of pressure on yourself as a side. So you don't want to be falling into a trap in this competition of hoping that your attack saves your defence. But that 20 minutes after half time is exactly the sort of footy team that I believe we can be and have shown at times, which is a really threatening side, defensively really strong, and applying pressure through our defence, and then off the back of that, winning field position and getting some tries on the board. So it was a very big contrast tonight between the 2 ways we played, and a lot of that was the pressure we put on ourselves through forcing errors and ill discipline when we were defending.
Where you drill into where the clunkiness does come from, because like you say, there are moments when it looks brilliant and you do have such great attack, but there's others where it just doesn't look that way at all.
I'm a really firm believer that your defence and attack are very much linked, and when you're putting yourself under a lot of pressure through defence, you can lead to some really poor attack because then you start to chase the game. So I think it's as simple as that. When you're defending well, I genuinely believe you can lead into your attack really well. So we got both wrong tonight.
Definitely. Like your best defence helps your best attack, and vice versa. So I agree 100%. That's sort of what we've spoken about in there. We did a good job, as I said, with our kick chase and where Chaz and Brooksy handed over the footy. We did a great job with that, but there was times there where discipline let us down, or Mark not working hard enough or something like that, and they poked their nose through. So they turn over the footy down our end of the field really deep, and then that disrupts your attack. So it's a cycle, and I agree 100%.
Moving forward, how do you make sure that defensive effort and pressure is there for the whole game rather than just patches?
We just got to continue to practice, continue to work hard. I think we, as Chair spoke, alluded to, we did it for sort of 20 minutes tonight, but that's not going to beat a team like Cronulla, right? So they've been the top 4 the last couple of years for a reason, and so they made us pay. Yeah, like you saw that towards the end. Even when it was a real contest and they jumped in front 20-14, I still had confidence that we'd come back and get the result that we wanted. But the fence dropped off at the back end of the game, and we didn't get another chance.
So you've got a really good record off the back of the bye. What was the preparation like this week?
Compared to previous
Other times when
the same. Yeah, the same. We felt as though we had a good week. There's no excuse. We were back in. We're back in on Monday. We had a really full and thorough preparation, so there's no excuse there. Yeah, we just didn't look like we trained during the week at times, but there was times where we looked really good, and that's where we've got to continue to try and close that gap, which is obviously frustrating for us internally and our supporters as well. Cheers, guys.